Gun Sports Radio is sponsored by Love Radio Network. Welcome to Gun Sports Radio, all about shooting, hunting, self-defense, and more. Now, here are the hosts of Gun Sports Radio, Dave Stahl and Lance Pelkey.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome back, Gun Sports Radio. We really want to thank Gun Range San Diego for all their support. 7853 Balboa Avenue in San Diego. 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Go to gunrangesandiego.com, thegunrangesandiego.com. They are the Nordstroms of gun ranges, just not the price. All right, with that being said, Michael Schwartz, who you got for a very special guest?
Our special guest today is a gentleman in South Bay, South San Diego County, who's running for Congress, District number 51. His name is John Renison. John, are you on the line?
Oh, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Hey, we're having more fun than you. What are you doing?
San Diego weather, huh?
I say we're having more fun than you. What are you doing?
I just went to the range earlier today, so having a great time. It's a great Sunday.
All right, you're having more fun than we are. If you got to go to the range, then I have to concede. So, Michael.
Oh, yeah, I got to go at least once a week.
Oh, nice. Which range do you go to usually?
South Bay Rod and Gun Club.
Nice, because that's where your district is. In South San Diego.
Absolutely.
Tell everybody, so you're running for U.S. Congress. Tell everybody exactly what District 51 is. What are some of the cities in that district?
Absolutely. I'm running for the 51st U.S. Congressional District, which covers, in essence, basically it's South San Diego, Imperial Beach, National City, Chula Vista, the entire California-Mexican border, all the way to the Imperial Valley, Salton Sea, Arizona state lines.
And by the way, congratulations on turning IB into the best-kept secret in Southern California. Am I right?
Love it.
Am I right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And here's another secret. I was born in San Diego. I was raised in the Imperial Valley in Calexico, Central California. And I didn't know until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, somebody told me, a resident, I was canvassing out in Imperial Beach. And the reason why it's called Imperial Beach, supposedly, I don't know if it's true, but it sure seems like it. Many years ago, people from the valley, from the Imperial Valley, in the summer it gets about 125 degrees, 130, it gets crazy out in the desert. They would go and spend their weekends in Imperial Beach, and that's why they called it Imperial Beach.
They go dip their toe in the water out there.
Find out if it's true or not, but
interesting.
That is as perfect as could be. But I got to tell you, since you guys that city has done such a great renovation, new hotels, new restaurants, walking trails, I'm telling you, it's a great place to go, folks. If you've never been there, I didn't want to just, get all over Imperial Beach, but a lot of people just don't know how cool it is.
So now you grew up in, you said Calexico, Imperial Valley, and San Diego.
Yes,
so you're a native of Southern California.
I am. Yes, sir.
So what was the catalyst that made you want to run for Congress? What made you say, hey, I'm throwing my hat in the ring?
I'll be honest with you, about probably in 2014. So the first time I ran, my first political adventure was back in 2016. Back in 2014, I started a tech company. It was called Piggyback Technologies. It was basically kind of like an Uber, but for package delivery. We were working with Amazon Logistics and Google Shopping Express, Yelp E24. We were delivering using independent contractor drivers, their own vehicles. We were delivering packages using a native app we built. As soon as we got to 49 employees, I started, salary-based employees. I started hiring independent contractors, ICs, because of Obamacare, because of liberal health care policies. Once you get to 50 employees, it's really hard when you're barely making ends meet to cover benefits for employees. So we started hiring ICs. We hired about 250 independent contractor drivers, and we had 49 employee-based drivers, and we had to close down because California was so over-regulated. Our corporate office was in downtown San Diego. Too much over-regulation, too many fees and licenses. Workers' compensation was off the roof. And, the Democratic mindset, the liberal mindset for small business owners was tearing us down, was destroying our operation. We had to close down. And I said, you know what? As a business owner, Government is not going to listen to my voice. I got to be a strong voice for my community, for small business owners and job creators, if that's what we want in America, bring back jobs. So I ran for state Senate. I lost by 12% to the Speaker of the House at that time, Tony Atkins. I call her liberal, Tony Atkins. And right, so I lost. I trailed her by 12 points, and now I'm running for Congress. And I want to be President Trump's project manager over here in the border. I think like he does. I think outside of the box. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I know how to get things done. And even when I'm going against the current. So I'm a fighter. I'm for lowering taxes. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a pro Second Amendment supporter. I am a gun owner. And I believe I can convince a lot of liberals, a lot of Democrats, why we need the Second Amendment, why we need to protect it, and why we shouldn't mess with it.
So let's roll right into that. Why do we need the Second Amendment? Why should we protect it? And once, if you're in Congress, what are you going to do to protect it? What can we do to make it better for Californians and people across the country?
It's pretty simple. It's all common sense. This is what I tell people. We have the God-given and country-given right to protect our property and protect our lives and protect our family. It's pretty simple. The day before yesterday, we were out knocking on doors in Chula Vista. We were knocking on Republican doors, on Democrat, progressive liberal doors. And I got to convince a lot of people that at the beginning they were agitated, they were pissed off because I was a Republican, I was a Second Amendment supporter, and I used common sense. So I went to a house, they had a wall, they had an alarm, they had, CCTV cameras and all this security. And I'm like, you know what? There's a reason why you're protecting your home. And I gave them an example. Where I live, if you check out meganslaw.com or meganslaw.gov in California, you can identify and you can locate where there's registered sex offenders. I have two daughters, a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Jeez.
And this dude that's a registered sex offender lives 2 blocks away from my house. And imagine if for some reason, well,
we don't even have to. We don't even want to imagine.
I mean, just imagine if for some reason this guy breaks in the house and tries to do something to my girls. He's taller than me. He's stronger than me. He's bigger than me. What am I going to do? Am I going to throw a sock at him? Am I going to use a baseball bat? No. I'm going to protect my family. I'm going to protect my property and my life with my firearm.
And you were talking about Chula Vista, walking in Chula Vista. I got to tell you, it's been my experience walking, neighborhoods for candidates in Chula Vista. Chula Vista is a sleeping giant when it comes to Second Amendment. There are NRA stickers and pro Second Amendment bumper stickers and flags and all kinds of stuff all over Chula Vista. Now, I know if you look at their voting record, a lot of their representatives are not pro Second Amendment, but I think that we could move that issue to the forefront in Chula Vista, and I think Chula Vista could be a real strong Second Amendment town.
We can, and you know what, Michael? Here's the problem. It's all dirty politics. I mean, all this anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment movement there is in the country, I mean, it's all dirty politics. They have an agenda to push. I mean, they know that Republicans are part of the NRA. They know the NRA supports Republicans because we're pro-Second Amendment. So, I mean, they really know we need to protect our right to, keep and bear arms. But they're going to push their dirty politics agenda. So, my slogan in my campaign is a strong voice for the border, but a lot of my campaign material says we're sending career politicians home. I believe in term limits. If you're a congressman and you're there more than 4 years, sooner or later you're going to do stuff that you're going to regret, and you're going to start lying to the people, we the people. You're going to start lying to the community. You're only going to be fundraising, and I don't think that's right. We need people that think out of the box. We need business people, business-oriented entrepreneur people.
And we need people to stand up for the Second Amendment. Now, if people want to find out more about you, if they want to help with your campaign, where do they go, John?
They go to Renison for Congress. Again, Renison, RENISON for Congress.com. And I'm really big on social media. I would like people to follow me on Instagram. It's also Renison for Congress. That's my user handle. and Facebook, Renison for Congress as well. I don't use Twitter too much. I use Instagram a lot. I got a good following base from San Diego. A lot of them, or almost most of them, are pro-Second Amendment supporters. They're true patriots and constitutionalists. So, yeah, please vote on June 5th, John Renison for Congress, 51st Congressional District, pro-Second Amendment, gun owner. I'm your guy.
That's what we wanted to hear. Thank you very much, man.
Right. That's excellent.
All right. Hey, we're going to have to take
Everybody.
you're the best. Hey, we're going to have to take a small break. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio right here on AM 1170. The Answer. Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio right here on AM 1170, The Answer. This segment is brought to you by Trident Gunsmithing. Go to www.tridentgunsmithing.com, tridentgunsmithing.com. These guys can take care of all your hunting needs. They do gunsmithing like nobody else. I'm telling you, these guys are awesome. Go there and talk to Juan and Dan. That's 858-577-0576, 858-577-0576. Hey, if nothing else, go over there and try out their new door. They got a new front door.
They're going to have a front door party, I heard.
I would have a new front door party, too. I'm telling you.
Have you seen that thing?
Beautiful. Have you been over there?
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Shut the front door.
Oh, I like that. Michael Schwartz in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Good,
So,
man.
can we talk about what?
Yeah,
Wild World of Sports.
we're doing
Who are we talking
The
to?
gubernatorial.
we're doing
We're doing Hollywood
I
first.
think we're going to talk about the Gun Range San Diego for a while. That way,
I didn't get no pay. I didn't get no check.
Well, all the gubernatorial and the elections coming up, it's so confusing. We're going to need a little time for that. So we figured we'd put the Gun Range San Diego up ahead.
Yeah.
And we are having a blast over there at the Gun Range San Diego. We are a full Browning dealer now. So not just for their firearms, but also for their safes. And I hear that there's a couple over at your place.
Yeah, well, I got one. It's amazing. I've been
They're already talking about
repatriating-
getting another one.
Yeah,
They're
repatriating
really
all my
nice.
stuff. Yeah, super stuff. I put all my stuff everywhere in there.
Right. Well, the great thing about the Browning safes, a safe is a safe. They lock, they're big, they're heavy, they secure your guns. But Browning goes above and beyond on their interiors. So, if you have a bunch of tactical stuff, then you can get the tactical, style interior. If you're a big hunter, they have where you put your rifles in the door of the safe, and they have these what's called the scope protectors. So there's this whole scoop right on the inside of the door that protects all your scopes, that kind of thing. So you can really customize the inside of your safe for whatever type of firearms you like to own: curios, relics, day-to-days, antiques, hunting rifles, tactical style rifles, firearms, whatever it is. And you can kind of do this a la carte interior, build it yourself type deal on these Browning safes. And, for the money, you can't beat it. And, of course, you're not going to get a cheaper price than anywhere at the Gun Range San Diego for sure. So we're having a good time with that.
Cool.
Unfortunately, it's not just San Diego, or not just California right now, but ammo prices are going up across the board.
I was waiting.
There you go.
Yeah, they're going up across
waiting.
the board, not just in California, but everywhere. And unfortunately, so we were doing $190 for 1,000 rounds, and we're still we haven't changed our markup. We're not making any more money on it, but we had to raise the price to $215 just because that's
Still a deal.
There you go.
still a deal. Yeah, we're making maybe 10 cents a box. At that.
Yeah.
So
And we told them so, didn't we?
Oh,
We
yeah.
told them so since last year.
we
We told you so.
10 cents a box. Well, that covers your wage.
well, yeah, about
So we're good.
yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can still come in and get 1,000 rounds of 9mm for $215, which is still going to be cheaper than anything that you're going to get on interwebs, on the Google Box or whatever. And you can, you don't have to worry about doing a transfer or anything like that. You come to the store, pick it up directly. We have our ammo vendor license, of course. So we all know that you can't have it shipped to your house directly anymore. But if you still want really the best price on ammo you can get, it's the Gun Range San Diego.
Well, where's the best place to have a party in town? Gun Range San Diego.
We have a ton of parties. Yeah, we do probably about 3 bachelor parties a month that come through there. I don't know why all these guys are getting married. I tell them you can't. There's nothing you can do married. You can't do single. But they still want to get married.
Well, that's coming from a single guy.
How many times have you been married?
3. So I ought to know.
Yeah, well, you got to figure it out.
Well, hey, being married 3 times is not important. I've been divorced 3 times. That's what's important. That's what's important.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, a lot of people don't realize bachelorette parties, bachelor parties. If you want to do a little morale boost for
today we had tons of sons and moms coming in.
Really?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Did you have a special for Mom's Day?
Well, you know what? We didn't put anything out special.
They just showed up.
Everybody just, it was Mother's Day, and they showed up. And
we sold some dogs yesterday, and the lady, she says, "What do you?" Or she said today they were leaving with their puppy. Mm-hmm. She goes, "What do you do?" I said, "I do a gun show." "Oh, we're all into guns." I said, "Well, you need to go to Gun Range San Diego because I think they live in, I don't know where they go, so they're going to come by and check you guys out."
Yeah. We had this great family come. They came all the way down from Orange County, and to come from Orange County, you got to pass a couple of ranges to get to Gun Range San Diego. Yeah, but they did all the reviews, they did all their homework, and they said this is the place that they wanted to go based on all the reviews. They did the Yelp, they did the Google, and this was it. And it was this great Filipino family. They came down. It was a mom, dad.
Oh, cool.
And then their 2 kids. Yeah, 2 kids, probably I'd say 12 and 13. And they had a Mother's Day at the gun range.
Sweet.
Oh, they had a really good time. Good time. It was super fun.
To me, anytime you can find a sport that brings a family together, you need to do it. Whether it be motorsports, whether it be shooting, because shooting's fun because it's kind of like. It's an internal competition between mom, dad, and the kids, and that doesn't mean any one of them's any better than the other one,
right?
And it could be. It's a fun time to do. I mean, of course, you haven't been doing much shooting lately.
He's been doing too much traveling.
I'm gonna have a client event actually on a Saturday at Gun Range San Diego. I was talking to Veronica about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna have probably 25, 50 people, something like that.
Sweet.
And now the gun problem's over. We can have a friends of the San Diego County gun owners.
Yeah.
Having an event coming up over
what is your next event coming up?
Well, we're actually talking to the Gun Range San Diego about doing a how to get your CCW seminar.
I think you're getting ready to jump into that, aren't you?
I actually have my application, my first interview date, July 12th.
Mine's June 19th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's
the door's closing, baby.
It can happen. You can get it, but I got to tell you, it has been.
You had a couple of hiccups, didn't you?
It's a nightmare. It's not a good process. It's not a good procedure. You can navigate it, and we want to help people navigate it. But
they really don't want you to have it.
Oh my God, it's just some people
were we going good there for a little bit?
Yeah, and I got to tell you, if you go through a number of people, the feedback we get is, hey, we had to jump through some hoops, we got through. But there's a significant percentage of people that it's still really, really difficult under Sheriff Gore. And it doesn't seem to care. It really doesn't seem to care.
Well, you know what you tell them? Say, all right, not a problem. I'll see you at the polling booth.
Well, we endorse Dave Myers for sheriff, and he's going to.
I would tell anybody they're giving you static over CCW, say, all right, I need you to send a note to Sheriff Gore.
I hear you.
See you in the
and that's usually every day. I'm spending hours helping people with their good cause statement. Mm-hmm. We have a video coming out soon. We're a little overdue. It should have been out already. That's really going to talk about how to craft a good cause statement. And we also have a good cause statement worksheet that we're going to put up. So we're going to have a section of our website that'll help people. Mm-hmm. We're going to continue to do these seminars, but full disclosure, it is still difficult. There's no guarantee that you'll get it. There are ways to get your CCW. Most people who actually get through the application process are getting it. But we talked to the Sheriff's Department, and in March of I forget how many, 150 or so went in for an appointment. 75 of them, after going through one appointment, never came back, never actually submitted their application. And what that's telling me, and if you make the appointment and go down to get your CCW, you're not window shopping. You're not just looking for information.
No, it takes time.
You want to apply and get your CCW.
It's like going to get a passport.
It takes a tent. Yeah. That's not an accident.
So they decided not to come back, which tells me two things. One, they're discouraging people from applying. And two, that it's still really, really difficult for the average person.
Well, have you sent anybody? I mean, I hate to say this, but have you sent anybody in kind of like as a ringer?
Well, we've sent a number of people. We've had a lot of success. It's just that
maybe is it just recently?
I think that they're starting to ratchet down, and that they were wide open, and that Sheriff Gore got all the endorsements that he needed, and now all of a sudden it's starting to. I don't think it's ever going to go back to where it was. But it's still just a ridiculous nightmare of a process. Yeah. We can help you tremendously. We've helped a lot of people be successful on this. But I got to tell you, if Dave Myers doesn't win, if Sheriff Gore is reelected, we're done helping people. We're not going to help. We can't. Sandy can kind of get on our.
No, it's a waste of time and money and effort.
Yeah, we can't spend.
You're just beating your head against the wall.
We'll do seminars and that sort of thing, but I'm seriously spending hours a day combing through, helping with people with good cause statements, that sort of thing. It shouldn't be this hard.
No,
it shouldn't be this hard. But we can make it easier.
Everywhere else in the United States, they don't have an issue.
Right. We can make it easier. The Gun Range San Diego we're going to co-host a seminar at their facility. Stay tuned for that date, and we're going to help make it easier for you. I think most people, will be successful, but it's still a bear.
But they make you. I mean, they
jump through hoops.
There's some serious hoops, and some people just, I can understand why. Hearing some of the horror stories, they throw their hands up. It's almost like a part-time job.
Right.
All the things you got to do to make that happen.
Well, just to give you one guy went in. He actually has a CNR license, which is a type of an FFL, curios and relics.
Right.
And he was discouraged from applying. And I thought, okay, look, if this guy doesn't have good cause, he's buying and selling, he's collecting their weapons, he has a license, he's got a,
how much more qualified do you need?
And so here's the thing: they discouraged him from applying. Okay, so that's not going to count against their percentage. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that this guy applies, and we're going to make sure that he's successful as best we can. But all these people that are turning away, the 75 people that never came back.
How did they walk away? Well, I'm just curious what they had to say.
So they told this guy, "You're not going to get it. Don't bother applying. If you apply and get turned down, it's going to have a negative impact on you ever getting a CCW again." None of that's true. None of that is true.
I would have just. Oh my!
So he was polite, and he said, "Okay, great, thank you." And then he wrote an email and said, I guess I can't get it. So I just wanted to let you know you've been looking for feedback. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. They wouldn't even let you, put in the application. So we're working through that. But like I said, 75 people.
Have you called Dave?
Away.
Have you called Miller up?
Well, he knows, Dave Myers. He knows.
All right, let's take a quick break. Hey, by the way, this segment's also brought to you by Gatsky, Dillon and Balance, LLP. If you need a lawyer, you got yourself in a little bit of hot water, Gatsky, Dillon and Balance. John calls in every Sunday, well, except today. But you can go to cafirearmslaw.com, cafirearmslaw.com. He'll answer any and all your questions regarding gun ownership, legal carry, you name it. He's the man right here on Gun Sports Radio. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Folks, hey, welcome. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio right here on AM 1170. The Answer. Hey, do you or any of your family keep a firearm or a weapon for personal protection? Whoa. Do you have or are you going to get a CCW? Well, if you're involved in an incident, what is the plan to pay for bail and all the expenses and legal fees? You need to talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection. For less than $10 a month, you will have peace of mind knowing a 24-hour hotline and legal representation is waiting for you and your family. That's Firearms Legal Protection at www.firearmslegal.com or give them a call, 469-310-9100. That's firearmslegal.com. Hey, Dave, Michael, and Lance, we all use them, and tell me, they're the place to be. Get yourself protected, firearmslegal.com. All right, I got my, what do you call that silly thing, midterm...
Your gubernatorial ballot.
Yeah, my gubernatorial ballot. And I looked at that, and I said, you're got to be kidding me. Now I know why nobody votes, because he can't make heads or tails. I only knew two people on it. One of them was me.
Yeah.
Because it was addressed to me. That was the only other name I knew. So I thought, okay, I'll call the expert. Now, I couldn't get a hold of Joe, so I had to call the second expert, which was Michael Schwartz, since Michael eats, sleeps, and drinks this stuff. So Michael is going to try to run down this list with no bias. We're not picking one over the other, but we're just going to try to give you the right direction to go. So
we're going to pick somebody.
I think we're going to talk a little bit.
We're going to definitely give our opinion on who's the better choice.
Well, of course. I mean, and that's what I want to do because, I mean, because people just don't know.
Yeah.
Because there might be, just because somebody advertises more, like Sheriff Gore over Myers.
Doesn't mean he's better.
Doesn't mean he's better. Money doesn't make you better. So this is a long list, so let's go.
We want to talk about it. So I want to say, I work for San Diego County Gun Owners. We're a political action committee. We can only endorse on local races, which means county and city level. So this is not me as a representative of San Diego County Gun Owners. This is just my personal opinion. These are not endorsements or any way affiliated with San Diego County Gun Owners. We're just going to start at the top, and I'm going to tell you everything I know. So
first-class governors.
There you go, California governor. So there's a few people running, and frankly, the worst on this list, the worst politician in this whole pile that we're going to talk about is Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom's the worst.
Yeah,
I mean, he's absolutely the worst. Unfortunately, Travis Allen and John Cox are the two guys that are pro Second Amendment. Travis Allen and John Cox. They're both vocal about it. They're both unambiguous when it comes to the Second Amendment. There are some things that differentiate these two, and you have to, figure out what your hot button is, but neither one of them are bad on Second Amendment. In fact,
so research these two guys out.
Yeah. Now, the other unfortunate thing, and I hate to be a negative Nelly, is they're probably, so this is the June primary. So then we got to vote on, the top two in November. If history is tells us anything, I think that Gavin Newsom's probably going to end up winning by about 1 million votes.
Oh my God, that would.
But let's see if we can beat him down.
Let's see if we can beat him down.
Travis Allen or Cox.
But yeah, Travis Allen or John Cox. John Cox is leading in the polls. Travis Allen seems to be kind of the more purist when it comes to Second Amendment issues and a little bit more like conservative issues, that sort of thing.
But he needs help too. He's a small guy.
Yeah, exactly. But so I would still got to do some research. But those are the two Second Amendment guys you want to take a look at.
Okay, what's the next department?
So let's move down. We're not even going to touch Lieutenant Governor because nobody's made any huge statements when it comes to Second Amendment. So let's just skip right to something that is very, very important, and that's California Attorney General. So all these laws that get passed go through the Department of Justice, and there's a huge implementation portion of these laws that it's wide open to interpretation. And there's a guy named Steve Bailey who's actually endorsed by gun owners of California. So Steve Bailey is the Second Amendment choice when it comes to California Attorney General.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even look at anybody else. He's the guy
making it simple.
Yep, making it simple.
All right.
He's probably the best that you want to look at. So now let's move down a little bit. Let's go through. There are 5 congressional districts in San Diego. So let's start with District 49. District 49 is North County and into Orange County. North County, kind of coastal. It's kind of a gerrymandered district, but it's up kind of the 78 corridor and then up into Orange County.
Was that ISIS?
The ISA is retiring.
Right.
So he's not going to run. So it's a wide open seat, which means a bunch of people jumped right in. The Democrats are all horrible on Second Amendment issues. There's a guy named Applegate who's a retired colonel. He was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And he is unbelievably bad. For someone that served their country and protected the Constitution, he's unbelievably bad on the Second Amendment. On the Republican side, you have Kristen Gaspar, who voted for a gun ban. Whatever you do not vote for her. And then you have Chavez and Harkey, Diane Harkey. Chavez is not bad. He's voted the right way in the Assembly. He has been a little quiet recently on Second Amendment issues and a little timid, which worries me. When someone's running for higher office and they decide not to be as vocal, that worries me, because what are they going to do when they get into office? Yeah. So I would say Diane Harkey's the person that you want to vote for in District 49 if you're a Second Amendment voter. Diane Harkey, Harkey.
Got it.
Difficult district. This is East County, District 50, which was just redrawn. It's most of East County, but they actually took most of El Cajon out of that county or out of that district. It's been a hunter, Duncan Hunter, or his father has been in there for a few decades now. Duncan Hunter is a member of San Diego County Gun Owners. He is unapologetic when it comes to Second Amendment issues.
He's phenomenal.
He holds town halls all out in East County.
He comes to all of our veteran benefits. He does a lot for veterans here in San Diego.
So there's Bill Wells, the mayor of El Cajon, is actually running against because, unfortunately, Duncan's had a couple of issues that have nothing to do with the Second Amendment.
I'm voting for Duncan.
And so, but Bill Wells, awesome on the Second Amendment. Awesome on the Second Amendment. So it depends on where you stand on all the other stuff that's going on in the district, but know that Duncan Hunter is fantastic on Second Amendment issues. Of course, we've interviewed Bill Wells too here, and he's
been good.
Phenomenal.
There's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, so it's kind of a difficult choice, but Duncan's the incumbent, and he's done really nothing as far as Second Amendment. So. Right. District 51, we just had John Renison on, fantastic supporter of the Second Amendment. He's also he's got another guy running along with. They have these open primaries now, so you're not just voting for a Republican or a Democrat. You're voting for everybody.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So Juan Hidalgo is also in that district. Fantastic on Second Amendment issues.
He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Both of those guys. John Renison got the Republican endorsement. I think he's got a little bit more of an edge when it comes to running. But both those guys are fantastic on Second Amendment issues. District 52, that is Scott Peters, so that's like La Jolla and a little bit of Mission Valley. District 52, there's a guy named Omar who's fantastic on Second Amendment issues, who I think he's been to our meetings. I've talked to him personally. I've met with him.
That's his last name or first name?
Omar is his first name. His last name is Qudrat, Qudrat. He spent his career as a JAG officer in the Army, going after terrorists.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll vote for him.
Yeah, Omar's fantastic. U.S. Congress District number 53. 53. Let me look real quick.
What do you think you got there in 53?
53 is kind of weak. Honestly, I'm actually gonna have to defer and say that it's when it comes to the Second Amendment, there's no one that's really all that strong. I don't want to.
Okay, if there's nobody strong, that's fine. What do you got next?
Okay, so let's move to State Senate. 36th district is very similar to the to ISIS district. It's a little bit of Orange County, a little bit of North County. Pat Bates is a very strong supporter of the Second Amendment. She's been there for years. She deserves to be reelected. That's 36th District, State Senate, Pat Bates up in Sacramento.
Okay.
State Senate 38th District, that's East County, and that's our friend Brian Jones. That is a no-brainer. If you're not helping Brian Jones out.
Brian.
Yeah, if you're not helping him out, please make a donation. Have a coffee, something. Help him out because he deserves to be the
How's he looking?
Next senator. Fantastic. Looking fantastic. Yeah. But don't let that slow you down.
Oh, no. You can't be complacent.
40th District, I'm going to defer on that one too. We're just going to move on because there isn't a clear choice there. 71st Assembly District. Okay. So this is the assembly up in Sacramento. Randy Vopel is the incumbent, and he is historically great on guns. My big complaint with him is that he recently supported what I would consider a very anti-Second Amendment bill. He actually authored it, and what it does is there are the safe pistol roster. Mm-hmm. It expands the safe pistol roster to include kind of a second tier of law enforcement. So right now, cops can buy pistols off the roster, and the roster it's a de facto ban on pistols. And what he did is he wants to expand that to like the harbor police, kind of the second tier of law enforcement. And his opinion is, hey, I want to help them out, getting more firearms. He feels like it's a strong and important bill. I feel like adding another elite class to this group is totally anti-Second Amendment. Allowing government groups to have firearms that civilians can't, that's just absolutely.
So who do you recommend?
Well, Randy Vopel or there's another guy running who's a SEAL.
So who are you going to choose?
I'm voting for Randy Vopel.
Oh. Yeah.
Vote for Randy Vopel. But be vocal. Say, write and say, hey, I'm voting for you. But I got to tell you, your bill really worried me.
Yeah.
75th District, Marie Waldron. She was at Gun Prom. You may have met her. She is a huge supporter of the Second Amendment. She's been at press conferences. She's fantastic.
Vote for Waldron.
Vote for Waldron. 76th District is a little tricky as well. 76th District is kind of coastal North County. And a number of people, this is Rocky Chavez, who's running for Congress. This is his district. So it's an open seat, so a bunch of people jumped in. There are a number of people that are really good on the Second Amendment. One of our board members, Amanda Rigby, is running. She's on the Vista City Council.
Amanda's awesome.
She is absolutely awesome. There's another guy named Phil Graham, who is running for the Assembly. He ran last time. Phil is exemplary on the Second Amendment. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Phil.
So either one.
I'd say either one of them. There's also someone named Mo Muir, M-U-I-R. She was on a school board locally, and she actually stood up against these anti-Second Amendment resolutions that were being passed and was very vocal about it as well.
Wow.
Now, that's the only thing I've found on her, though, is that in an election year, she decided to stand up for the Second Amendment in what
Other than that, she didn't.
Yeah, in kind of a conservative Republican district. So, I would, you can't go wrong with Amanda Rigby. She's fantastic.
Okay, hold that thought. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We'll try to finish up the rest of this silly roster right here on Gun Sports Radio, AM 1170. The Answer. All right, folks, welcome back. You are listening to Gun Sports Radio, brought to you by Triton Gunsmithing, www.tritongunsmithing.com. For all your gunsmithing needs is where you need to be. Triton Gunsmithing. Take a run over there. They specialize in hunting. They have hunting classes. They have a gunsmith there. Can't even speak.
Easy for you to say.
I know. It is absolutely awesome. Dan is the man. You need to check it out. Old, new, modified, whatever you want to do to your weapon, Dan can definitely see the vision. TritonGunsmithing.com, TritonGunsmithing.com. All right, we're talking to Michael Schwartz, head of the San Diego County Gun Owners, and we've been sort of running down this gubernatorial sheet to try to sort of make heads or tails out of it. And if you're a firm believer of your Second Amendment rights, then you can listen to what we recommend. It is strictly our recommendations, but Michael has done more paperwork and homework than you will have ever done, guaranteed. So, Michael, the ball's in your court.
Sure. All right. We left off the Assembly District 76. Now, I do want to say, if they're not a valid or if they're not a candidate that is done the things they need to do to win, like raise money and put in infrastructure, we're not even going to talk about them.
Right.
Like, they may be as solid on Second Amendment issues as the day is long, but if they just have no chance of winning because they haven't done the activities, we're not even going to talk about them.
So if I was running, even though I'm awesome, you still wouldn't get my still wouldn't support.
I have a feeling you'd raise a lot of money. So Assembly District 77, there's a guy named Brian Manshine who, is good. He votes the right way generally. But he's just good. He's not great. He's not someone to be excited about.
Who's great?
His name's, there's nobody great in that race. His name's Brian Manshine. I would probably vote for him, but then I would use that vote as leverage in a conversation. Hey, Brian, you're in my assembly district. I'm voting for you, but you know what? You're not vocal enough on Second Amendment
Where
issues.
is the 77th?
77th is like Poway area, that kind of inland north kind of.
Okay.
Assembly District 78, that's Todd Gloria. He's a Democrat. He is horrible. Do not vote for him.
Horrible.
Absolutely horrible. Extremely
horrible.
anti-gun. Unfortunately, the district skews towards him. I have a feeling he's going to win. But there's a lady named Maggie Campbell, and Maggie is really, really solid on Second Amendment issues, and I highly recommend voting for her. Todd is just absolutely.
You don't have to go any farther.
As bigoted as they come when it comes to Second Amendment issues. Assembly District 79, this guy named John Moore. Over Shirley Weber. Shirley Weber's horrible on Second Amendment issues. She's rated F by most of the state organizations.
Okay.
And then Assembly District 80, there just isn't. That's Lorena Fletcher. She's horrible on Second Amendment issue.
Just give me the willies.
There just isn't a.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
So that's the state. That's U.S. That's the state level. That's Congress. That's state Senate, and then Assembly.
Okay.
So let's move into local San Diego, and there's a couple of really important countywide races that people have to pay attention to. And that's our sheriff and our district attorney.
You got to get out there and vote for these two.
100%. Everybody that's listening to this who lives in San Diego County anywhere, whether you're in one of the cities or you're in the unincorporated area, you have to vote for Summer Stephan for district attorney. Crucial. Yes. Summer Stephan for district attorney. And sheriff is Dave Myers. We've had him on here a number of times. Those are the two Second Amendment candidates that we need, and it's a countywide race. If you haven't helped them out, if you haven't told your neighbors about them, if you haven't made a donation, please stop right now, Google Summer Stephan, Stephan, and please vote for her. Now, San Diego County Gun Owners did endorse Summer because that's a local race, and we're extremely proud, and Dave Myers, and we're extremely proud of both of those endorsements, and you have to help us get them through. And the election's June 5th for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to November because there's just a couple people in those races.
Right.
So that's the last time you're going to see them.
And the thing you need to understand, folks, now Gore loosened up his restrictiveness on CCWs for just after a meeting with Michael Schwartz, and he seemed to have kind of loosened up. Well, guess what, folks? He's tightened right back up again.
Well, we're having difficulties for sure.
He's tightened right back up again because he's realized, okay, well, I took care of Michael. I don't need him anymore now. He's gone away. I can do whatever I want to do. Well, that's one thing the San Diego County gun owners does not do, and that's give up. Michael is like a pit bull. If you met him, you'd know. If he bites you, he's not going to let go until he gets what he wants. I mean, that's the way I see it. So DA is Summer Stephan.
Yep.
Sheriff, Dave Myers.
Yes.
He's a Democrat. Who cares?
Well,
it has nothing to do with it.
And I don't even want to give Summers the person she's running against. I don't even want to put her name out there.
Good.
But it's reported that George Soros, who we all know hates the Second Amendment, has funneled at least $500,000. They're saying up to $600,000 into her
campaign,
into the other girls' campaign.
When is that man going to run out of money?
Well, when he stops owning all the banks, I guess.
Yeah, and we don't have a billionaire like that on our side, but we have a whole lot of people that can do a little bit and counteract that.
Look how much money we had on Trump's side versus Hillary's side.
That's true.
Hillary had, 3, 4, 5 times the money he had?
Yeah. And he won.
And
but
guess what?
That's because people got involved.
That's right.
Get involved.
You can't be complacent. It isn't a trend for people to be complacent during the midterms.
Unfortunately, the trend is for people to be complacent in too many elections. Only about 1 in 3 people who are qualified to vote, and that's not right.
I totally get it.
So there are two. So there's a county board of supervisors, and I didn't really know what a county board was until a few years ago when I started getting involved in politics. A county board is like a city council, but for the county level. Mm-hmm. So they control the purse strings and emergency services and that sort of thing. And there are 2 districts. One is North County, and that's District 5. And North County actually has 2 really fantastic candidates, Jerry Kern and Jim Desmond. Jerry Kern, we endorsed them both. San Diego County Gun Owners endorsed both because they're both equally good on Second Amendment issues.
Jerry Kern and who?
Jim Desmond. Jerry Kern is on the Oceanside City Council. Jim Desmond is the mayor of San Marcos. And there is the other district that is running. It's District 4, which is basically downtown San Diego. And there's a guy named Nathan Fletcher running. Oh, the guy's horrible.
Oh, God, you gave me the willies again.
Oh, he's horrible. He's a liar. Man. He's horrible on Second Amendment issues. Personally. He's not a good person personally.
Right.
Now, the person running against him is Bonnie DeManis. Now, Bonnie DeManis is not strong enough for us to endorse. She's actually on the back in 2008 when the Supreme Court decided the Heller versus D.C. case, which said that, yes, the Second Amendment is an individual right. She was on the other side of that. She actually signed an amicus brief saying, no, it's not an individual right. Since then, she says she's regretted it. She's been helpful, but this is not somebody I would describe as a champion for Second Amendment issues. But, you have like a Nathan Fletcher's like an F minus. You have Bonnie DeManis, who's like a D. What do you do?
I'll take the D.
I'll take the D. The letter grade D, not the Democrat D.
Change the subject.
Yeah. Okay, so on the city council level, the city of San Diego, most of the city council races are happening in November, but there are a couple that have a runoff. So one key person, if you live, this is kind of like Mira Mesa, Miramar, Claremont area. It's a guy named Chris Cate.
Chris Cate, yeah. He is awesome.
Oh, we love Chris.
Yep. On Second Amendment issues, he's
beautiful human.
Probably, I think, just about the best on the city council. Maybe him and Scott Sherman, but Chris Cate needs votes, needs your help, needs people to donate.
We need him.
We need him.
Yeah. We do. We need him in office for real.
He's
Chris
our
Cate's
warrior.
great. Yeah, he's. I've had a chance to break some bread with him and have some good conversations. He's a phenomenal human being.
He is. That's District 6, San Diego City Council.
Okay. How many more you got?
You got just a couple more. Grossmont. So now is the real, real small races that people know absolutely nothing about. There's a guy named Alan Candelore, Candelore. He's running for San Diego Community College Board, District E. So San Diego Community College, Alan Candelore, unapologetic about his support of the Second Amendment.
So he's good?
Very good.
Okay, next.
John Olson is he's running for Grossmont Cuyamaca Community College trustee. Okay, so he's going to be on the board for Grossmont Cuyamaca Community College. John Olson, Olsen. Please vote for him. And then in District 2, so same Grossmont Cuyamaca Community College, Bill Exeter, Exeter. Bill Exeter. Those are the folks that we need you to pay attention to and vote.
Are you posting this on San Diego County Gun Owners?
Go to SanDiegoCountyGunOwners.com, go to our Facebook page, and you will see
everything you need.
You'll see our endorsed list. You'll see we link to CRPA, California Rifle and Pistol Association, their statewide list, and then we also link to Gun Owners of California.
Right.
So the stuff that we couldn't cover, we made sure that you at least had some resources so you can.
We appreciate that, all that hard work. Hey, by the way, welcome to Firearms Legal Protection. Hey, if you and your family have a firearm and you need help, you need to have Firearms Protection. FirearmsLegal.com. FirearmsLegal.com. $10 a month. How could you beat it? Yep. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show as much as we've enjoyed giving it to you. Make sure you support all the people we support and check us out on all the websites and social media. And don't forget, join San Diego County Gun Owners and go down to Gun Range San Diego and shoot something. Right here on AM 1170, The Answer.
Gun Sports Radio is sponsored by Love Radio Network.